Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I know it doesn't seem like it's been very long, does it? Well, what are we doing? We are doing part 3. This is going to be part 3 of the Millenium Falcon by Bandai, 144 scale, Rise of Skywalker version. What's the Rise of Skywalker version? Well, the only thing I can tell is on one of the trees, or sprues, whatever you like to call them, they have different figures. On the box art, it shows you that there is Poe and Finn, okay, the two figures. And they're here, and that's like this guy and this guy here, these two. But from what I can distinctly tell, we also have a Chewbacca and Rey. So we've got 4 figures in this particular kit. Plus, of course, this little standard, just stand-up guy. It's just nothing in particular. It's got a little stand, you can stand him up. That's really all there is. I think that's what makes this kit unique, is that it's got the 4 figures instead of just Han Solo and Chewbacca, because obviously Han Solo's no longer around in the Rise of Skywalker. But anyway, we're getting off on a tangent here. We're back to our build, and we finished off putting on the exhaust and all these little tiny pieces along the edge, just like we did on the underside. But we've got a little bit more to do here. So on the A tree we need A37, and then on E1 we need 15. So A37 and then E1 15. So A37, let's find you. 18, 22, 32, 30, 37. If I didn't know better, I would say it looks like landing gear. There we go. There's A37. And then on, what was it again? E1, we need number 15. That's E2. That's F. I'm just going to put F here. And put the other F here. And E1, number 15. 13, 12, 14, 15. I keep saying this every time I build one of these Bandai kits. The level of detail that Bandai really puts into them really makes them worth the money you spend on them. Okay, so now this guy, take my glasses off and have a look. He goes in the middle right here, just like that. Looks like his arm's been bent a little bit. Try and bend it back into shape. There we go, that looks better. And then E115 kind of goes on behind it, like this. Just like that. Okay, now we want F8 and F9, just like we did on the other side. F8, we go here and here, and then F9 goes here and here. Nice and simple. Now we took F8 and 9 off of one of these last time, and they were here. So I don't need that one now, because I'm going to be using this one, and there they are, F8 and F9. So we'll start with F8. too. And I might as well get the F9s off of here because I'm going to be using them right away anyway. There we go. Okay. So, these guys, I want to do this. Hopefully I don't fling one on the floor like I did last time. And they go one here right there. It is a tight fit. Trying to get that into that slot like it's supposed to. There we go. Nice, decisive snap. Or click. What have we got here? Hi Steve, 123489. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the compliment. All right. Doesn't want to get into its little slot. Come on, fit in your slot. This because it's such a tight fit. Doesn't really want to get in there. Yeah, it's just kind of sitting on the surface. There we go. See, it's got a little tiny tab. That's why the F8s and the F9s are different. They got a little tiny tab that sticks out the side, and that's got to get into that little joint. Otherwise, it's really just sitting on the surface and not really doing anything. The little tab is what really keeps it in there. There we go. The F9s are a little more cooperative. So there we go. So there's those. Next, so we can make sure we've got these pieces on there. That's in there. Yes. Okay. Next, run our wiring. Woo! Wiring gonna go through there if I was running wiring, but I'm not. So next we put the mandibles on the bottom half. And the mandibles simply go into these. Lined up, press them in. There we go. Basically, when you're pressing hard enough, you don't hear any more creaking. You know it's in there tight. There we go. And now we put the top half on. Assemble the parts carefully to prevent the wires from being caught. Of course, yes, we're not doing the wires. Sorry. Like I said before, I tried finding the wiring kit for this, or not the wiring, the lighting kit for this, and I could not find it anywhere online. And I didn't want to buy some aftermarket, you know, off-brand, made in China lighting kit that might not work. So now the big job. Feels like it all lined up pretty quickly. But you kind of have to go around. You don't want to press too hard on one spot unless you know for sure it's lined up. Some pieces you're going to find just run into, maybe it's not quite lined up or aligned properly. But it looks like we're pretty good here. We're looking like a Millenium Falcon. All our little pieces here that I feel like I should glue them, but I will not do that until it's painted. Okay, we're looking good. Now, of course, I imagine if I were to press down on this too hard, I could push that inside, and then I have a world of problems. So try and be careful not to do that. There we go. And that makes this page finished. So next page. I think we are over halfway done. Next is putting on this. Of course, if I had the lighting kit, I'd be running the wire up in through here and putting the LED in there, because the wire would be coming out. But I don't have to worry about that with this, so I just put this on. There we go. Now, like I've mentioned before, we have two options for actually putting the canopy, I guess you could say, on there. I'll just put this one on there for now, just so it looks a little more complete. Other than all the little kibble pieces, this thing is almost done. Looks pretty good. I like it. Well done, Bandai. Well done. Okay, so we got some pieces to put together here, so I'm just going to put this aside for now, as I got to get some pieces off of the F tree. F6, 11, and 13 go together. So here's one of the F trees. This is a gun, so I'm going to have to wind up doing the gun twice. Because there's one on the top and one on the bottom, right? So there's number 6. Number 6, and I need 11 and 13. There's 11. And 13. There we go. Now, that being said, I might as well take them off of the other F tree as well, because I'm going to have to assemble them anyway, probably on the next page. My guess, as we start doing the gun for the bottom. There we go. Okay. So how do these go together? So we've got F6, kind of sits like this, and F13 goes on top of this. Gives us 4 barrels instead of 2. And then I guess this, it just sits in there. Like so. Clean this up a little bit. Go. So there's that. So we're going to do the same on this one. Just to argue with me. Stop it. There we go. And then more sirens. There we go. So those are both assembled. Now, we got to get into the G tree. We're building the radar dish. G. Where is G? G, where are you? We've been doing E's and F's and A's. Here's the D. D. G. It's one tree that we have not had the pleasure of doing anything with yet. We've got more figurines. Wow, who are you? It's really hard to tell who those might be. Wow, that's interesting. We've got 2 more people. We got a whole crew on this one. That's crazy. Okay, so we need G3 and 5. And then we're going to put that together with 6. So there's 3. With 5. And 6. Okay. So they show 5 like this, and 3. Okay, and then 6 goes together on it. All right, so there's that. We need to put that on top of G8. G8 goes a certain direction. This goes like that. Just like that. Okay. And then we take G7, which is the actual dish itself. And G4, which is our little cone in the center of it. Whoa! Where did you go? That was close. So that goes on just like this. And then this one goes over top of it. And we have our radar dish done. take this, and put the gun on, right there. Doesn't want to fit. Let's try this one. There you go. So there's one gun, and then a radar dish. Just like that. Now you see how it was warning me to put the decals on there. Well, I can just pull that off. Right? Doink. And then put the decals on. Don't have to worry about it. Now we go underneath. And of course they want me to assemble a gun. And I need also D216. D. I saw the D tree. D1. D2. There we go. Number 16. That's you. Now again, I'm not putting this guy together with the landing gear down. The landing gear will be retracted. So I'm the great retractor. I am the great retractor. There we go. So I don't need to do any detail on the inside of that because that's going to be closed. And so that just goes here. Just like that. And then we put the gun on. Put it on the right way around though. And just like that, the bottom one's on. It kind of worries me though because it is the only thing sitting on the that's now resting on the gun permanently. Maybe I should put the stand together. I imagine that's what these little holes are for. That's my guess. I'm not sure how the display stand all goes together. Let's work on that now. Let's get this stand going here. Now that I basically have it sitting on its belly permanently with no landing gear, I don't know what I just knocked on the floor. Oh, I might want that. So obviously this is going to go here like this, right? Just like they all do. But how these parts go together is going to be the unique thing. Yeah, so it's got three little pegs sticking out of it. That's going to fit in that. What's interesting is this has this little piece here. Kind of looks like, if I hold it right, let's see, kind of looks like binoculars. comes with this piece to add onto the end of the, this goes into, these things they all have, Bandai's pretty cool with this. You can see under here, there, and there. You add this here to any one of these, and now you can lock this together with another Bandai display stand, right? And you can choose to either have it here, anywhere you like, right? That's just another cool thing about Bandai. Here, of course, this is left over from my AT-AT build, when I built the AT-AT, and of course it goes in there too if I wanted it, right? All their kits have them. It's really awesome. But now what we got to do, we got to decide what we're doing here. This is going to go up top, so that's going to go in here. This, I believe, or is it going to go in here like this? I think it's going to go up here. Like that. And then this would go in here. But it can't go in there. So I think I have it wrong. This, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so there's that. And then this guy's going to go on top. And then this will lock it together so it can't come apart. That's pretty cool. So it's like it's locked. So now this can actually go like that and be displayed. Cool. Okay. I'm going to cut this tree up just a little bit here for my garbage. And of course it comes with a blank, this little square rectangle right there, in case you want to just take this off and cover it, because this actually looks like a gray version of the snow for the AT-AT, because the AT-AT comes with a white one, right? Because, you know, everybody remembers the AT-ATs from Empire Strikes Back, which they were on the ice planet of Hoth, right? So yeah. Okay, so next page, what are we doing? We still got quite a few parts here. But are we done? Because if the parts are all landing gear pieces, we're doing flight mode. And in flight mode, we've got all these pieces here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off now. Put this over here. And just for safety's sake, I'm going to do this. And I can't really take the gun off without really having to pry it up. But I kind of want to, because while I'm doing this all, I don't want to accidentally break the guns off. So I'm going to try and remove them. It's a nice thing about a Bandai kit is it's not glued, so you have the option of pulling it back apart. Sometimes though, it's a little harder than it looks. So I'm going to just keep these guns off for now. Because I'm still in the building process. That one came off easy. So I'm just going to keep them off because as I flip this thing over and lay it down, I don't want to put too much pressure on them and accidentally, you know, maybe I accidentally bend him or even get it caught on something and pull one of them barrels off. That would suck. So I'm just going to leave them off till I'm basically, you know, in my final painting stages or whatever, and it's done. And be like, yep, okay, gun, boom, 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 done, right? That's kind of what I want to do. Excuse me. So we got to put our landing gear pieces in. A, we're on the A tree. And we want 12 and 13, 17, 19, and 20. $17. And what I want to do is line them up on the pictures. Here's 19, 17, 20, 12 and 13. YouTube. 13. Okay. Now, just going to make sure they are clean. Sometimes if they're not clean, they don't want to go in properly. So this was 17, so 17 goes here. And that doesn't look right, because that ain't going in at all. See, look at that. That sucks. So why? Why? Is it supposed to press in? Does it hold now? I feel like I'm missing something, and that's probably because I'm putting this one in the wrong spot. Oh, look at how flush that fits now. Yeah, see, if I put them in the wrong spot, they don't fit. If I don't clean them up either. Okay, so number 20, which is that one, goes on that side. Number 19 goes up here. I will say, as far as the fitment goes, these landing gear pieces are not that great. It's the first part of this kit that has not gone together flawlessly. And it's not that they don't fit properly, or that it's, you know, there's a gap. You can see the gap here. And it can actually move this back and forth and change the gap, whether the gap's at the front or the back. And this one actually just did that on me for no reason. And they all do. I guess if you want to take them out at some point, you can. That would be an option. And maybe that's why Bandai's done this, like this. So if you go, hey, I want to put it so it's landing, landing gear down, I can just do this and I can pop these out and change them. I guess that's a good option to have if that's something you want to do later on. Oh hey, look, now we're putting the base together. Doing that, and they're showing to replace the batteries, refer to the instruction manual of the lighting unit, sold separately. We already know that. And of course, to replace them, just pull this panel off somehow. See, this panel where you have to replace the batteries and you've got to get a panel, it's tight. The panel to remove to get at the batteries is really tight, but change landing gear is no problem. Anyway, next, this is all the landing gear. I don't need to build the landing gear because my landing gear is going to be up all the time. And I do have the options of building the guess I was on the right side after all. This piece here, the cut that pops out, boop, and then for the boarding stairs, ramp, boarding ramp, is that what they call it? I have the option of building that if I want, but like I said, this thing's going to be flying, and so given the fact that it's going to be flying, I don't need to build that ramp, and that's done. So the actual assembly is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like this, and I think I'm going to leave it for now, and I think what I'll do is I'll get into the painting of it and stuff like that another time. Yeah, I just don't feel like painting today. That's the bottom line. And really all the painting is going to be, a lot of it is going to be panel washing, doing the panel lines, that kind of thing. And of course that's kind of it's kind of its own little task in itself. I do a little bit of the panel lines, like even right now I can do that, just to show. I'll show you what is going to be going on with it. So I'm just using a gray. I'm going to use a gray on here. I'm not going to use a black, and just kind of go in all the panel lines like this and do all that and get in between them all and do all that detail in between them like this. And once I've done that, so I'll show you on here. Let's get rid of this light here. You can see there just that little bit, and that's just imagine that all over, and that's just going to make all the detail pop on this thing. And then of course there's all the different colored panels that is just indicative to Star Wars and the Millenium Falcon itself, and the fact that it's old and been used a lot, and a lot of repairs done over the years, over its life. So that's going to require a lot of painting. Or if I wanted to cheat, I can use the decals that come with this and show you all the different to put on the panels. I can basically just use paint and go, okay, they want this panel in particular to be that color, so I'll go that color. And I can mimic all this with paint, and I can just do that. And that's what I'm going to do, I think. But I'm not going to do that today. Today I'll be good. For now I'm going to be done, and I'll continue on. I'll do that another time. I'll probably do all the panel lines in between, just because I can sit and watch TV and just kind of doop, 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 doop as I go, and take my time doing it, and do that. And next time we'll get into the painting. And yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. And You know, if you think I should do more Star Wars, there's not a lot of more Star Wars builds I can do. But like I said, mentioned earlier, Gundam is on my list of things. But I've got, I still have, I'm going to be doing the F-14s. I'm going to redo the Maverick F-14. If you've watched my YouTube channel at all, you know that I've did a build of Maverick's F-14, which failed miserably. So I'm going to revisit that. I'm going to be doing Maverick's F-14 again, and that'll be after this is done. But, yeah, so hit like, follow, check me out on Twitch if you haven't already, and you can watch me live, duplicitous_29. And, yeah, so until next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out. And we'll see you again soon.